Hello Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon people. This is your weekly astrology and card horoscope for the week starting October 10th, 2016. And before we get started, I did want to clear up, just some concerns that folks were kind of sending me. I left out an astrological aspect that, occurred last Friday with Mercury moving into Libra. And that actually was deliberate. I know this might sound kind of strange, but I didn't feel it was necessary to copy and paste something that I had already talked about in the monthly astrology for the October monthly astrology horoscopes, the one, I have a playlist with all those on there, because that's like a big seasonal deal. And these weekly ones are definitely more meant to be the sort of day-to-day, weekly relevant and less season relevant, though I will be talking about that in this video anyway because it is relevant, especially this week. So I hope that makes sense. Like, that wasn't like a rush through. I wasn't, just trying to like get it over with as quick as possible or anything like that. It was like, no, that was already in another video. I just didn't want to, again, cut and paste and have you get repeat information. So without further ado, what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, again, we do have Mercury fresh into Libra, your 10th house of career, where it's going to be for a good few weeks. It is a seasonal aspect, which, Mercury itself does lend a lot of haste and development wherever it goes. It's the shot of coffee, it's a shot of espresso, it's like a big caffeinated jump. And this is going into your career sector, which is going to be great for your financial gains and for upward mobility, especially those of you that are looking to either circulate and find a better job, or those of you who are looking to have dialogues about promotion opportunities. And the most interesting and probably one of the best opportunities is going to be coming up here this Tuesday on October 11th when Mercury conjuncts Jupiter, which means it's going to be in the same spot in Libra as Jupiter, on the same spot. And this is huge. This is very, very big, because what happens is that we've got the planet of expansion and luck and wealth in the career zone being hit with the planet of communication and haste and speed. So even if we've been having those dialogues already about promoting ourselves, transferring ourselves, finding our way to get into higher positions, especially ones that would actually raise our status and title, these energies together are going to be hurrying along developments to actually perhaps substantiate much sooner than anticipated. Maybe you were expecting to wait until the end of the month or the end of the quarter, and we're moving this up. We're moving this up on the priority line at this point in time. This could also indicate great luck for finances in general, especially those of you who've been trying to create or drum up a lot of extra sales, or maybe reach out to a bigger audience or a bigger customer base much sooner, like in a hurry. This is exactly the kind of energy you want to see. We also have on Thursday that same Mercury, this whole week is about Mercury, forming a tense square to Mars, currently in your sign. And this is a clash, okay? This is an energy clash between career activity and yourself. And whenever Mercury and Mars come together, it talks about a clash that comes from oversharing. Typically, when you get the planet of communication, the planet of passion and action and energy and occasionally war, you can have a lot of motor mouth. And I'm not just saying you, Capricorn, that's going to be everyone. It's just everyone's having this in different areas of their charts. That's how it kind of goes. And so I would be very mindful about maybe letting too much information out this week as far as your career plans, your career ambitions, especially those of you who have been sort of entertaining ideas of moving on and moving away from a current employer, or perhaps, going into a position where it may be getting uncomfortably competitive with somebody who once was considered a friend or a colleague. So definitely important to know when too much information is too much information. Err on the side of discretion, especially later on in the week. So what is going on with your cards, Capricorn, we must ask ourselves. Well, let's look at our oracle card for our spiritual advice of this week. We do have the card of the Merciful One, okay? And the Merciful One always talks about a need to pay attention to where we need to start letting things go, and perhaps not continue to fight on principle with a loved one, okay? Whether it's a friend or a relative, this is a card of compassion and forgiveness, but this is also important to understand what mercy really is. Mercy is wishing to spare somebody perhaps their own bad karma or a consequence that they probably deserve. And that's a tall order. Now we're getting into, again, the deep stuff. It's not really that deep. It's just, that's, if you're interested in being, an elevated human, that's something to think about. And with the merciful one, what really happens is that, this week we have a chance to actually rebond or rekindle a friendship or a relationship. And we may still be feeling like, on principle, or even in some kind of internal, intrinsic, moral way, we still have a problem with this person. But what's more important at this point in time is the bond. We can heal the dissonance later. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Five of Pentacles inverted. And this is actually a really good card to get inverted because, again, we were already talking about a great week for finances for the Capricorn people. And with the Five of Pentacles inverted, we are talking about a huge recovery, whether it's making up for lost time or making up for lost funds. This could be an opportunity for a lot of you if you've been feeling like maybe recent weeks and months have been kind of slow, maybe sales have been kind of dwindling, maybe money's not coming in as fast as it could. We are, again, filling that hole this week. And with the Five of Pentacles inverted, this can also be a good opportunity to see a longer-term turnaround when it comes to better business for yourself. If you have been feeling like things like that have been suffering kind of, again, on the outs, be prepared. We're actually slowly but surely making that very good fortune, very fortunate 180, we'll put it that way. For your communications with air, when it comes to messages you get from friends and from relatives and the others in your life, we do have the Magician card inverted. And this card can show up where we need to maybe kind of err on the cautious side when it comes to a friend or relative who is volunteering their services to us, but they're not necessarily the most qualified, okay? And this isn't necessarily the end of the world, but, sometimes when a friend is offering to, say, fix your car or, take a look under the sink or help you with a work problem, they're doing it with their best of intentions, but at the same time, they're probably not cut out for the job. And it may hurt somebody's feelings for you to sort of just realize that and accept that as the truth and go with a better option anyway. This could cause some problems. This could cause a misunderstanding. Hopefully this person doesn't take things too personally there. But I definitely think that, their heart's in the right place. Maybe it's better to try and help them, or help yourself to another service that they're offering so that we don't accidentally take a chance on something that could make a small problem or a medium-sized problem bigger because we went with the wrong solution or the wrong solver at this point in time. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Knight of Wands upright. And this card can indicate, a need to pay attention to, again, where people in your life might prove to be distracting you a little bit too much from what you really need to be focusing your attention on. The Knight of Wands, even if it's upright as a challenge card, is not necessarily a bad card. We're just seeing that we're being pulled in a lot of directions that are starting to eat up a lot of our time. Maybe we intended to only take like a 2-hour lunch with that person, and suddenly that lunch has turned into 4 hours. Maybe we thought we'd meet or stay for a drink, just to be polite, and then we're there all night. And with the Knight of Wands, it starts to back up the to-do list a lot. And sometimes the Knight of Wands as a challenge card can indicate a place where we need to pay attention to, where maybe the reason we're kind of binging on the recreation and on the rest periods is because we're not getting enough on a day-to-day basis. But binging is never a good thing to do anyway. And even if you're binging on time or a time out, it could actually hold up the works. So be careful about taking too much of a big rest when you should be taking smaller rests, if that makes sense. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Six of Wands upright. Beautiful card because this indicates a victory and being very popular at the same time. This is a card of acclaim. This is a card of recognition. Single Capricorn people are definitely going to love this energy because we are seeing so much, especially while Venus is still in your 11th house of friendships, trying to pull you into bigger, more active social arenas. The Six of Wands upright is saying here, it is through friends, it is through your network that you could actually meet somebody brand new. And if you don't have a social network, if you aren't getting out, this is definitely what advice you need to be taking. You need to go out and be a part of that. You need to be able to circulate in those platonic circles and then let the platonic circles gravitate that towards yourself. It's not going to take that long, and it's not going to be that hard to work. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Six of Wands upright says that you and your partner may actually do well with a bit of time in the limelight together, whether it's working on a public project or working just with, more of your friends. You and your partner may actually prove to be kind of a power couple this week, especially when it comes to, again, being much more active in the lives of others. And I think that sometimes, having something to do with our partner that benefits others that are not a member of our family, not a member of our partnership, can be so good for seeing sides of ourselves that we don't necessarily see and seeing sides of our partner that we don't necessarily see. It can't help but bring us closer. So that is your forecast, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you would like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.